welcome to Bye Bye Back Pain, a short little yoga practice designed to say goodbye to back pain. Of course, this isn't a practice that you will do once and all of your problems will be resolved, but this is a practice aimed to aid and help you find space and relief tension from our shoulders, our lower backs, and our hips. So when you're ready, we're going to start in a comfortable cross-legged seat. We're just going to spend a little bit of time just finding a bit of awareness of our breath, bringing ourselves into our practice. So take a second to really find your sit bones on the floor, maybe grabbing your butt flesh and pulling it back. If you're someone that struggles to find a straight spine in a cross-legged seat, that is fine. If you've got a block or a big book or even a cushion you can sit on, just raise the floor for yourself. It will instantly make a difference to finding length in your spine. So allow your hands to just rest on your thighs or in your lap. Allow your eyes to close. And just bring your awareness to your breath. Just feeling how it naturally flows in and out of your body. Not looking to change or adjust it here, just to be aware. And when you're ready, just gradually begin to increase the length of each inhale and each exhale. Just making sure that you've chosen a count that is actually achievable and sustainable. So there's no point trying to inhale for 15 seconds and exhale for 15 seconds. Just make it nice and gradual, nice and sustainable. Using the inhales to find length and strength of the spine. And the exhales to just allow any excess tension to just melt away. Just taking this time to really find a strong connection to our breath, how it flows in and out of us, and how we can use it as a guide to know when we've gone too far, and also to allow us to go a little bit further. If you find yourself in this practice losing sight of your breath, losing the strong connection, finding yourself holding it, losing its flow, then it's probably a very strong indicator that you've pushed yourself a little bit too far and maybe you need to back out just slightly. This doesn't mean that you're doing less. This means you are doing just the right amount for you and your body and where it is at today. And noting that might change from day to day. And that's another little thing our breath helps us with. Just where are we at today? Not where were we yesterday, not where will we be tomorrow, but where are we today? When you're ready, allow your eyes to gently filter open. And then we'll start by just crossing over our shins, coming into a tabletop. We'll start with a couple of cat-cows before we begin a little standing, mobilizing flow. That's one of my favorite ways to loosen up my shoulders. So watching that your shoulders are right over your wrists, hips right over knees, wrists shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze shoulder blades together, round the spine, finding our first cow pose. Really spreading the sit bones as you tilt the tailbone high. Exhale as you tuck the tailbone under, round the spine, really push into your shoulders, draw chin to chest. And inhale, find cow. Really squeeze shoulder blades. Exhale, find cat. Just going through in your own breath and seeing as you go if you can visualize every little bit of your spine. So maybe starting at the base, your coccyx, and working up. Just feeling where are the bits in your body that maybe move 2 bits at a time. Maybe you move 2 vertebrae at a time rather than 1. And just be aware. Noting that, oh, maybe it's my shoulders that are the sticky bit. Or it's my lower back that's the sticky bit. Just as a witness, not trying to change it, not trying to judge it, just being aware. Last one. Okay, and from here, if you tuck your toes under, walk your hands back towards your feet, straightening your legs. We'll come into a fold, so bringing a nice deep bend to the knees, allowing our belly and thighs to have a really strong connection here. We're working into our shoulders and our hamstrings, but when we work anything to do with our hamstrings and especially our lower backs, in folds, you want the belly and thigh connection. If your legs are straight, but your belly is not on your thighs, you're cheating yourself, basically. So allowing ourselves to start from this space allows us to really ensure we're practicing safely and progressing safely. From here, I want you to interlace your hands behind your back. Straighten your arms just as best you can. You can have a bend. The straight arms is not the pinnacle point. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and reach your arms up and overhead. So they're trying to touch the top of your mat. Doesn't matter how far they go. Again, staying connected to the breath. If you're holding your breath or clenching your breath, back off just a little bit. You can watch this first go of this flow if you want to see first, or you're more than welcome to go through it with me, whichever aids you best. So from here, with this squeezing and reaching of the arms, we're going to release the hands, sweep them round so they're trying to touch the floor out in front of us, but whilst trying to spin your thumb up to the sky, so you're internally rotating your arms, almost like you're trying to tap your shoulders to your knees. So really rounding the spine. Then from here, try and bring the backs of your hands to touch. So I'm spinning around so you can really see. As you round your spine, so find that cow spine we had earlier, cat spine, sorry. Draw chin to chest as you roll yourself up. Inhale as you reach your arms up and over, keeping at the backs of the hands, facing one another, drawing bottom ribs in, tucking tailbone under. So watch, we're not doing it like this. This won't help. Tuck the tailbone under, draw bottom ribs in. From here, allow your palms to turn so they face one another overhead. And then you're going to bring your arms back behind you in a big circle, backs of the hands trying to reach one another. So you're actively squeezing your arms, trying to get your palms to touch. They probably won't. That's fine. Just feeling the active stretch. Again, keeping the tailbone tucked, bottom ribs pulling in. From here, flip the hands so the palms face one another. Interlace the fingers. Take a deep breath in as you reach the hands back behind you like they're trying to touch the ground, lifting the chest. Again, keeping the tuck of the pelvis. If you're going into this pose with your back bananaed like this, you're actually going to do more damage than you fix. With any back bend, we start from the top of our spine. So lifting the chest, squeezing the glutes, And then from here, bend the knees. Now allow your tailbone to reach high as you fold over, coming to our position 1. And we'll go through that again. So squeeze shoulder blades, reach arms up overhead, keep that belly and thigh connection. Release the hands, spin the arms so you're trying to tap your knees with the tops of your shoulders. Really round the spine as you begin to pull your body up, trying to touch the backs of your hands together in front of you. Deep breath in as you reach the arms up and over, trying to get biceps to ears, tailbone tucked, bottom ribs pulling in. Allow your palms to face one another. Take a deep breath in as you reach the arms behind you, trying to bring backs of the hands to touch, keeping tailbone tucked, bottom ribs pulling in. Exhale as you rotate the hands so your palms come to face one another. Inhale as you interlace the fingers, reach the chest high. Exhale as you bend the knees, fold over the legs. And we'll do one more like that. So inhale, squeeze shoulder blades, reach your arms up and over. Exhale as you release the hands, bringing backs of the hands to touch as you roll the spine up. Inhale as you reach the arms up overhead, strong in the core. Exhale as you flip the palms so they face one another and bring the backs of the hands to try and touch. Inhale as you flip the palms to face one another, interlace the fingers, lift the chest high. Exhale as you rebend the knees and fold gently over your legs. Very nice. Keep your fists interlaced and just twist from side to side. Just very gently trying to reach your interlaced hands to the left and to the right. Just nice and gently. And then release your hands to the ground in front of you, keeping that bend in your knees. From here, you're going to walk your feet out so they're about as wide as your mat, just wider than hip width. Feet turned out at 45 degrees. From here, you're going to sink your hips back and down, really squeezing your glutes to pull your knees wide. If you're someone that you struggle to keep your heels rooted, then you can fold up the back of your mat, can help, or simply don't sink your hips quite so low. So it's a bit more work on your legs, but keep your hips lifted. Use your elbows on your knees to really push them wider and keep working gently with your breath on allowing your hips to sink lower with this nice flat back. So if you're down here but you're like this, elevate yourself slightly so you can find that nice flat back. We're just going to stay for one more breath. Very nice. Release your hands behind you so you can plonk your bum down. So keeping your feet still in their malasana shape. From here, you can have your hands behind you for more support, or you can bring your hands in prayer at heart center. From here, you're going to knock your knees over to the right, twisting yourself to face your right thigh. You might find you lean quite far over to the side. That's fine. You're working on, if you push your right hand into the mat to help lengthen the torso, to try and push it over the hips. And then we come back to center, lift the knees. Exhale, knees over to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. So again, you can be using your hands behind you. Inhale to center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right. Just a few more. You're probably shifting about all over the place. That's fine. Trying to move as fluidly as you can. Your hips are probably making the sound. You can't hear it, but mine are like as I go between. That's perfectly normal. That's the connective tissue that we're working to break down to allow there to be more mobility in the hips. Do one more each side, so finishing on the left. Bring yourself back to center. Step the feet in. Reach your arms out in front of you as you slowly roll your spine all the way down onto your mat. From here, you're going to lift your right leg up to the sky, doesn't matter how high it goes, and cross your right ankle, over your left thigh. This might be enough for you. Active in the ankle to protect the knee as you push, using your leg to push the knee wider, opening up the hip. If this is too much, you can creep your left foot away to ease out of that stretch. Or if you want more, you can thread your hands through your legs, take hold of behind your left hamstring, or if you want a bit more than that, you can hold on top of your shin. Keeping your tailbone nice and rooted. So if your tailbone is lifted, you need to back away from that. So keeping your lower back nicely rooted on the ground. Shoulders nice and soft. Using your breath to just guide the leg a little bit closer in, bit by bit. Anything figure four. So this is a figure four shape, as well as a pigeon is very similar to a figure four. This is like a reclined pigeon. Are really good at releasing tension in your lower back by stretching out our glutes, one of the tightest muscles we have in our bodies normally. You release a lot of tension in your lower back. Imagine all your muscles are connected. So if you imagine your bum cheeks and they're getting tighter and tighter and tighter, you can see, well, I can, your lower back is being pulled into that tightness as well. So by releasing the glutes, you release the lower back, you begin to release the hamstrings as well. Very gently plant your feet back down, both feet on the floor, and then send your left leg to the sky, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And again, this might be enough. Active through the foot of your left foot, using your glute to just push the knee further away from you. If this is too much, you can, of course, begin to walk your right foot further away from you. Or if you want more, reach your hands through, interlace behind the hamstring or over the shin. Lower back flush to the ground, shoulders nice and soft. Feet very active in these ones to protect our knees. Nice deep breaths. Remembering that if your breath is tense and held here, you've probably stretched a bit too far. So find that nice sweet spot where you feel a stretch, but you're also in a place where you can begin to relax and allow yourself to stretch further. And this comes from your breath. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release both feet to the mat. Draw both knees in towards your chest, again keeping your lower back nice and flush to the floor. And just squeeze your knees gently in towards your chest. Maybe rock from side to side, give your spine a bit of a massage. Just any movements here that feel nice for you. Take one more full deep breath in. Breathe in a sense of gratitude for giving yourself a bit of time today. And as you exhale, release your legs. Send your feet to the bottom corners of your mat. Let your arms open wide. Allow there to be space between your extremities. Float your eyes closed. And again, bring your attention back to your breath. Allowing your breath to just release you to the floor. Allow your muscles to soften. Allow the earth to take the weight of your body. Witnessing any changes in how this feels from the beginning of the practice. And I invite you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as it serves you. And hopefully I will see you again soon. Namaste.